Hi, I'm Reba Hervis, Artistic Director at Overshadowed Theatrical Productions. Welcome to this week's episode From the Wings. Today, we have our favorite technical director. Favorite, Mike Larson, who is apologizing for his appearance because we literally just pulled him off the stage and said, come film with us. And, of course, our co-host, Rebecca Leland.
It's so good to be here. We're so excited to have Mike. Mike,
Yeah.
thank you so much for being on. You've been on From the Wings before.
Yes, I guess I have once or maybe twice.
I think at least twice, yeah.
Yeah.
So
We look forward to it. I fly in just for the event.
we told Mike we wanted him that we have a new vibe for the show now. We want him to be
Welcome to
his
the new
normal
vibe.
stuff, not his professional.
His normal stuff.
They don't want me to be professional. I don't understand it.
Because he always has this air of like professional, which is good.
Sophistication.
It's good when the
Yes.
show's going.
Yeah.
But like the normal Mike is this. This is the Mike we get.
Is not
and this is the Mike we
sophisticated.
want.
Yeah, once it's showtime, there's no messing around. Because Overshadowed, we have to have outstanding production. So, but it's not showtime.
It's
So-
not showtime.
So I can wear
yes.
this shirt right here. I don't have to comb my hair. So I'm good. And I learned a new word, but Rebecca can tell you all about it.
We will not.
That's very behind the
Yes,
scenes.
we will. That's too far from the wings, so we don't need to do that.
BTS.
Oh,
behind the scenes. You
and
wanna-
she whacks
yeah.
you in the head
worry,
of the mic.
Don't pay attention to the welt on my lip.
Well, guys, as you know, or at least I think you know, we open our original production Tuesday morning, #Never Forget, next week.
Woo!
Actually, a week from tonight. I don't know
16th.
exactly when you're going to watch this episode, but it'll be sometime within that amount of time. One of the things that we've talked about is how you get from the page to the stage, and maybe you can link that episode
Love it. Yeah.
so that people can go
Ooh,
back and watch.
it'll be right down
that
here.
Yeah, so you can watch both of them.
Cool
But one
concept.
of the things that's really, really important is the tech that comes with it. And one of the things that's really great about Mike is that he has an incredible vision that he can look at these things and go, wow, wouldn't it be cool if we did this and this and this and this? Then he's sorry that he says it because then he has to do the work for this, this, and this. And he's like, why don't I keep my mouth shut? But in the end, it really makes the production quite spectacular.
Incredible.
So I'm going to hand this mic to Mike.
Hand the mic to Mike.
And we are going to let him talk a little bit about what his vision of the show is, and then just what he has to do to get ready for the show. So, Mike,
The vision for the vision for me for technical is how to make the very dramatic scene come alive. A story that involves plane crashes and unfortunately violence. There's violence in the world.
Yeah.
So how do we aid in the acting, right? So with sound effects or with smoke or haze or loud explosions. Oh, a little indoor professional pyrotechnics that are supposed to be designed for indoor.
Wow.
So they're a little safer.
So it's they're
They're not going to have a 20-foot spread of.
But it's an explosion.
sparks. But it clearly is the same.
Wow.
Yeah, it might have a 3-foot kind of a thing. So, but it aids in the overall realism, trying to get the audience to feel the magnitude of the event. Yes.
those are big words. Magnitude.
magnitude of the event.
3 syllables.
Yeah, 3. We both did it at the same time. It was like 3. Yes. So what are some ideas that as you were doing that, there were a couple of specific things that you were like, oh, I know that we only have this many feet by this many feet of a stage, and our ceiling fly space is not actually really large, but you have added quite a few things that we're super excited about.
Because
right?
is he the tech? You're the tech director. So does he come up with all these ideas,
Yeah.
or do you give him any of it, or no?
I would say sometimes we go through the set. We go through the script.
Yes.
And we say, oh, I would really like this here.
So like the airplanes, which if you watch the other film, the other From the Wings,
Yes.
was the airplanes your idea?
the ones that fall down,
Yeah, with
that
the-
was actually Yo's idea.
Okay,
So that
this-
is a set designer.
Some of it is
Yes.
everyone's thinking about other
Yeah.
things. Okay.
So as a production team, you give everybody the script, and then the director comes up with the initial vision and kind of explains that to everybody and says, this is the main point. This is what I'd really like people to walk away from it. How are we going to get everybody there?
How are we going to...
Sometimes even a color scheme. Like when we did My Fair Lady, we came up with this idea that we wanted everybody to have a touch of blue and red on. And so it wasn't the color all the way through, but there were things, whether it was just a flower or whatever, and that was just a theme we wanted. And I don't even remember why we came up with it at that time, but it was something that was important.
So the pyrotechnics were red.
So, well, yeah, we didn't. That was before Mike, so we didn't have a lot of fire at that time. So, but, now
but after Mike,
yes. So,
fire.
But so it is. We all add. I would say, wouldn't you?
Okay,
Mike.
Yeah, we collaborate together a little bit. So, like, it'd be Yo's design. Yo's design. Reba's got the vision. Yo's design, and then with I may add to it and say, okay, well that's neat, but how do we blow it up? When the buildings collapsed, if you remember looking at the videos on the news and whatnot, you saw, I mean, blocks and blocks, this wave of debris, and I was struck by the just paper. I mean, there's probably 50 million, maybe 1 billion pieces of paper in that building.
Wow.
It's 100 stories, right? Office building.
And it was an office building.
And paper was flying through the streets, blocks and blocks away. During the fall, we're going to try to have some of that happen, where paper will fall.
I love that. Is that your favorite special effect for this show, do you think?
Ooh, what's your favorite?
I think I'm going to be excited to see. Well, we have one.
We love a blow up.
We haven't tested it yet, but we have a concussion device that is not about fire, but about.
Are we concussing someone?
Concussion.
Are we?
We're gonna hit all. They all get hit in the head with a hammer on the way.
And we're gonna see if it works.
No, it just is a loud. Yeah, that it's a loud effect, and that when you think about a 110-story building falling, I'm guessing that there was, quite an enormous noise.
Wow.
as
exactly like that.
As it hit. So, and also on those airplanes. So the airplanes are there, but as each plane crashes, there may or may not be an effect where the plane,
if it works,
blows up. Yeah, so a little bit.
And then can you feel it a little bit, or is it just audible?
The concussion, that one is huge. I think the neighbors will call 911, but the normal ones are not too bad.
Jubilee is going to be shaken up a bit.
No, I already told them. I said if you hear any loud bangs and things during this show while we're practicing, don't worry. Don't.
We're doing it on purpose.
I said don't call the cavalry.
I love it because and other things like Yo in the video and the sound track that's going to kind of follow some of the action. He has a humming of an airplane. So when they're on the airplane, you just hear this background noise that just sounds like an airplane. So those are just some of the things that we've just kind of added to say, okay, this will help make it a little bit more special.
And it's actually so much bigger than you think. So just like the simplicity of having a hum of an airplane without it there.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Huge.
Like you might not notice that it's not there, but like whenever it's there, you're like, oh wow, okay.
It
makes a huge difference.
Absolutely.
For the audience.
So, well, Mike, I for one am very thankful that you are a tech director, and thank you for your expertise. And I think you feel like you've learned a lot over the years too. Yeah.
Definitely learned a lot over the years. Yes.
And anyway, I'm very thankful that you joined us today. Any last question for him, Rebecca?
Well, I was going to say for our audience, if you come out to the show, when you come out to the show, try to find Mike here. He may or may not be on the stage.
He is on the stage this time. What are you playing, Mike?
I am playing Captain Jay Jonas.
Who was that?
Jay Jonas. He is a captain of Ladder Company 6 in New York, obviously, in Manhattan. And he was in the building with his group rescuing people. And it's a very interesting part of the story, which you must come and see.
Yep. So opening night is the 16th, running all the way till the 8th. We hope you make it out to not only see amazing actors, but amazing sound effects, amazing visual effects, amazing writing. Oof. And until next time,
this is me.
And me.
And me.
Talking to you from the wings. Comment down below if you want Mike to be a reoccurring guest.